Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. Starting off with business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. No one knows how many people will be in town this week when the NFL draft begins Thursday, but it will almost certainly be a record-breaking number, and the economic impact is expected to shatter all Las Vegas and NFL standards. Review Journal's Renee Semrauer has the details on potential estimates for the NFL draft weekend. Renee?
Jen, the LVCVA isn't providing an estimate on attendance or spending this year since it has no historical data to base it all off of. But what we can expect is record-breaking numbers.
It's going to be probably one of the largest special events ever in Las Vegas history. And there's really nothing that you can compare it to. Some have described it as being 3 days of New Year's Eve celebrations in a row.
Now, if Vegas draft attendees are counted the way Nashville counted its 600,000 people and an estimated economic impact of $224 million during the 2019 NFL draft, Las Vegas could potentially host close to 1 million people.
It's kind of hard to calculate what the economic impact will be on the city of Las Vegas, but it's bound to be great because there are more than about 100,000 more rooms in Las Vegas than there are in Nashville.
Harry Reid International Airport already is anticipating greater midweek crowds with NFL draft spectators coming in and National Association of Broadcasters participants going out. The 5-day NAB trade show ends Wednesday. Jen?
In more top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. Lawyers for NFL star Alvin Kamara appear in court. Kamara and 3 other men face charges from a brawl that took place in February at the Cromwell. The lawyers say they've received surveillance footage but need time to review it. They're due back in court August 1st. In just this past month, CCSD is dealing with around a half dozen cases of students attacking authorities, whether they're teacher or police. Experts are weighing in about this alarming trend.
Dr. Samuel Song, a professor at UNLV, said that a lot of times schools are unable to provide the kinds of comprehensive supports and interventions that are needed in communities to deal with these issues. Things like teacher shortages, large class sizes, a lack of funding, and a lack of mental health resources all contribute to these problems.
Meanwhile, the senior director of Project Real calls it a social emotional disease fueled by social media. And 2 men are expected to receive more than $500,000 in settlements, combined from the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. Douglas Seymour is set to receive $275,000 after he was arrested in 2019 for failing to ID himself, although body cam footage shows he was never asked to do so.
Metro also gave $400,000 to a man named Eleazar Mora, who said that he was shot in the face by a less than lethal, Metro calls it a less lethal projectile, during some sort of incident, May 30th, 2020.
Police say the settlement is based on compromise of a disputed claim and costs of continuing litigation. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every blooming thing. A warm, pleasant night with temps in the 70s should get down to the 60s closer to midnight. On to your Tuesday, get ready for some sizzling weather. Partly cloudy skies with a high of 91 and low of 64 degrees. Winds blowing around 20 miles per hour. On Wednesday, we're looking at sunny skies with highs remaining in the 90s. On Thursday, your highs fall to the 80s, and gusts are expected to pick up before tapering off on Friday.
Sports brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. It is officially NFL Draft Week, and the Raiders helped kick things off by turning the Welcome to Las Vegas sign silver and black.
That's pretty cool. You know, when we got the rights to move, or when we were working with the SNTIC, I told them that we're going to turn the silver state into the silver and black state. This is the first step.
The changing of the lights kicks off festivities surrounding the 2022 NFL Draft. For more information on the upcoming 3-day event, watch Vegas Nation's NFL Draft Preview Show, airing now on vegasnation.com. Sports betting sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. There is a new favorite to go number 1 overall in this year's NFL Draft. Georgia edge rusher Trayvon Walker has supplanted Michigan defensive end Aiden Hutchinson as the consensus favorite at sportsbooks to be the top overall pick by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Walker, who opened as the 40-1 long shot as part of the field at Station Casinos in January, is the -175 favorite at BetMGM to be the top pick, and Hutchinson is the +135 second choice.
In entertainment, John Legend hopes you can feel the love at his new residency in Las Vegas. The superstar opened his Love in Las Vegas show over the weekend at Planet Hollywood Resort. He told our own John Katsamidas his influences include Marvin Gaye and Stevie Wonder. Tickets for shows through October are available at Ticketmaster. Plus, restaurateur and reality star Lisa Vanderpump launches her second restaurant on the Strip, fittingly called Vanderpump à Paris at Paris Las Vegas Hotel. The grand opening featured 5 cocktails, assortment of cheeses and baguettes stuffed with brie and truffles, and seafood tartare. In health, keeping children safe in the water. First responders in Henderson hold a drowning drill at the city's Whitney Ranch pool. To protect your children around the water, the Henderson Fire Department recommends the 3 following P's.
Patrol, you want to make sure you have an adult around this or a family member watching kids around the body of water or pool at all times. We want to protect them by setting up defensive barriers around the pools, and also want to prepare. We want to make sure kids have swim lessons or some swimming training, and also the parents have some CPR experience or knowledge or education.
Henderson offers lifesaver training for those 12 and older. To learn more, visit cityofhenderson.com. In Lifestyle, sponsored by Visit Laughlin, an easygoing getaway filled with good food, good people, and good times on the river. The NFL hopes to make North Las Vegas a little bit greener. The NFL Green Program teamed up with Verizon and the City of North Las Vegas to plant trees at Craig Ranch Regional Park and Goldcrest Park.
When you go into lower income neighborhoods, especially neighborhoods of color, you'll see very few trees planted. It doesn't create that green, healthy atmosphere that we want. So we oftentimes try and target low-income communities for our tree planting projects because we know that's where they're needed the most.
32 trees were planted at the 2 parks. Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have a Roku device, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.